It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Wow, 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 wow. And it's not on the screen. Why is it not on the screen? Hold on. There we go. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard, and welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, part of my Generation 1 through 4 remake Nuzlocke Out series. Yeah. So hit go live a little early today. Had a 21-minute countdown instead of a 10. Sorry about that. But we are still starting at the regular time. Alright, we've got our next name list up and running. We did get our third badge, right? Why did I not upgrade my badge list? Yeah, we should be up to our 3 badges. There we go. Okay, that's updated. Something, if you've never known, you can actually polish your badges on the touchscreen to make them brighter. Fun thing. Okay. Hello, Cole. Hello, Aubrey. Hello, Mystic. Glad to see you all here. Anybody who might be new, this is part of a series of Nuzlockes I am doing, starting with Pokemon Fire Red, then Soul Silver, Alpha Sapphire, and now finally Brilliant Diamond, the remakes of Generations 1 through 4. And it is a lockout, meaning that every time I get a Pokemon from a Pokemon line in one game, it is locked out for all future games. So we've got a crap load of Pokemon that are already locked out, a complete list of all the locked out Pokemon, as well as the thorough rules are listed in the description of this video. And yes, I slathered tea on this tree at 10 p.m. last night. Cole, you may be up to name a male combi, which will never be used. Male combi. That's not what I was hoping for. Last time, we made it to the 3rd gym, and it was bad. We very, very nearly wiped on the 3rd gym. Flow Aroma Meadow, our first catch of the day. That is Combi. What is the name of our Combi, Coles? Dirtbag. Alright. Name of Combi is Dirtbag. Okay. And Aubrey. You're going to be next to name, and we're actually going to need a name from you very shortly, because we are about to go revive a fossil and get ourselves a Cranidos. And that will count as our Orberg encounter. Because, yes, I did spend some time in the underground, and I did manage to find myself a fossil after about 40 minutes. Alright, Aubrey, we now have a Cranidos. What is the name of our Cranidos? And while I wait for that input, we will add another check mark to the list where I keep track of everything. We'll give Aubrey another minute. If not we'll pass the name on to you, Mystic, and we'll just leave Aubrey at the top of the list for the next one. Everybody's going to get a chance to name some Pokemon early on today. Maybe if I use the equalizer, it will help. There, see? Look, it's helping. The lines are definitely helping. Mystic, why don't you suggest a name in case Aubrey does not chime in the next 30 seconds or so? We'll leave Aubrey at the top since we can go and hit another Grand Underground location, I believe. Let me think. All right. Last time we actually had like some really, really major losses. And it was pretty painful. Oh, Aubrey, you are there. This is your name if you want it. If not, we're going to go with Mystic's Chomper. Or are you just suggesting that for a name? Because we could just do that for a name. Susie! Alright, Creditos the Susie. Mystic, you will get the next name then. Let me just move Aubrey's name to the bottom. There we go. And I had to stick with Combee, huh? It could have been a Munchlax. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was the rare honey tree. Oh, no. Actually, we don't have Celestic yet. Okay. That's fine. But we don't actually need Celestic yet because we can access the Good Rod, I believe. It was Cole's turn. Cole named a Combee. Then it was your turn. We are hopping right into this. The gameplay's been going less than 10 minutes and we're 2 Pokemon in. Here we go. Snorlax ain't even the best Honey Train counter. True, and also we wouldn't have been able to catch a Munchlax anyway. Now that I think about it more. Okay, so we've got some places to go. Eterna City is 35% for a Barboach. So we're going to go hit Eterna City. Is there even water in Eterna City? Where the heck is there water in Eterna City? Ah, okay. So this still counts as Eterna City. Sweet. Register. Okay, 35% Barboach. If this is catchable, this one will be your name, Mystic. We might successfully pull off 3 Pokemon in 10 minutes. It is a Magikarp. Okay, Eterna City is dead. That is fine, because we can finally start making our way toward Pastoria. Currently, we've got... Okay. Can't you use the underground as a grind spot? Okay, real talk, I had literally never considered that until you just said that. But you're right. The Grand Underground Pokemon are such higher level than anything else, I can use it as an easy and reliable grind spot. That's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Okay, Combi, you are banished. Lee, you are banished. We're going to be going with Pachirisu and Susie for right now. So there we go. A nice little Cranidos. I don't think Grand Underground Pokemon visibly show if they're shiny. Actually, I'm not even going to say that because I don't know. Do Grand Underground Pokemon visually display if they're shiny? I'm pretty sure Chris here has Pickup. Yeah, they do. Okay, so Pachirisu's going to be grabbing random items for us as we go along. That's great. The next gym we are going to be going up against when we get to Pastoria is the Water Gym. And he's got a Gyarados, a Quagsire, and a Floatzel. No, they don't visually show up as shiny. Okay. I didn't think they did. If they did, we could actually have abused the underground for this. Alright, let's head to Pastoria. Pachirisu is kind of the most important one right now. We're going to need him for Crash or Wake, so we're going to put him in front. Is there anything particularly good that he can learn? I don't like when it keeps telling me I have new items. I am well aware. I also got 5 heart scales while I was digging underground, so that's going to be useful. Drain Punch, Fly, Payback. Taunt, Calm Mind, Thief. Grass Knot. Yes! Whoops. Okay. Grass Knot. Grass Knot is the answer for Quagsire. Also, we have 5 of them, which is insane. Alright, so we have the answer for Quagsire. And yeah, I think that's good enough for now. Route 212, which I also believe is another new route. Route 212 is not on my rare honey tree list, so we are good to use this as a regular route. I suppose I probably should check the catch list for the area, though. So let's check out 212. Budew, Starly, Kricketune, Staravia, Roselia. So I think the 30% Kricketune at night is best. Or I could also simply use this route for the honey tree. Wurmple, Silcoon, and Combi won't count. So it's basically 10% Burmy, 5% Ipalm if we go with the honey tree. If we save it for surfing, there's a chance of Golduck. And we've never actually had a Psyduck or Golduck throughout this run. If it's a tree, there's a guaranteed new Pokemon. I don't think that's accurate. Not to mention the tree would take another 6 hours. Do we want to save this area for Surf? For the encounter rate for Surf, the only thing it has listed is Golduck 10%. Which makes me think that there's stuff it's missing. Otherwise, I would think Golduck would be more than 10%. Unless it was a typo and it's actually meant to say Golduck 100%. Alright, good job, Susie. Because that would be a guaranteed Golduck, if that actually is accurate. Okay. Yes, I want to grab the thing. Also, I remember getting so angry that Eevee was post-game. I swear that some people just want to play Pokemon and play with the exact same Pokemon over and over and over in every area. Okay, new location, Trophy Garden. What do we get? It is a Roselia, so Trophy Garden is dead. We already have a Budew. Oh, right! Right. Okay, important thing. Actually, important thing. I forgot. You'll have to bear with me for a minute. This is important. Just need to look this up real quick. Okay. So we're just going to need to drop a quick save here. And then I need it to be tomorrow. That's why people have favorite Mons. Yeah, I know. It's just... Personally, I've always found it more fun using new and different Pokemon everywhere. There we go. Okay, it needs to be Friday. That's the wrong one. I've always found it more fun seeing what new Pokemon I'm able to encounter and play with in games than using the same Pokemon over and over in every region, if it's possible. Okay, so it is Friday. Well, as far as the game knows, it is Friday. So if it is Friday, there should be a Drifloon at the Valley Windworks. And if there is, we're going to try and get it. And Mystic, you will be the one to name the Drifloon. Yeah, I know. I know, Cole. But the thing is, I don't think you're quite getting where I'm coming from. See, the thing is, I am very cool and awesome and smart. And I have opinions. Therefore, my opinions are objectively correct. That's just how it works. Alright, here is our target, the Drifloon. It's got Focus Energy, Payback, Hex, and Shadow Ball. I worry that a Flame Wheel would kill it. I don't think a Mach Punch will do enough. We're gonna try... Oh, right. Ghost type. I'm being very dumb. In my defense, I'm tired. God, would you mind helping out, please? Thank you, God. Alright, Water Gun. Your ghostly powers are no match for God. Okay, he has an increased hit rate. I believe in you, God. Mystic, if you are there, you get to decide the name for this child-abducting ghost balloon. Because Pokemon is a very normal series with very normal things in it. Let's try a Premier Ball, just to be fun. Get in the white ball. Drifloon got in the white ball. Okay, so that is the Valley Windworks. Mark it as having gotten a Drifloon. Adjust the naming list. Cole, you will be next to name. As such, you can tell me what you think we should do for Route 212. If you think we should save it for Golduck, or just go for the grass. Name it Pearl. Very well. This is Pearl the Drifloon. And we're going to grab the sprite for that, because I'm actually going to go ahead and take that in my party. Cool. What's in the grass? Honestly, not a lot. I think a 30% Kricketune at night is the only thing in Route 212's grass that we can actually capture. Yeah, the rest are Starly, Staravia, Budew, and Roselia. So at night we're at 30% Kricketune, or we can save it for Honeytree, or we can save it for Surf for Golduck. And we're going to replace the Bibarel, and we're going to take a Drifloon for now. Save it for later. Okay. We are going to mark Route 212. We're going to mark it Surf for Golduck. Alright, thanks God. And put Pachirisu back in front so they can continue to build up XP before we use them against Crasher Wake. How bad are Crasher Wakes? Quagsire has Mud Shot. I think Electro Ball and Grass Knot are both special. So even opening up against Gyarados' Intimidate won't be enough to stop Pachirisu. So yeah, I think Pachirisu just hard counters Crasher Wake, which is really nice. Honestly, Cranidos is looking a bit small there. Let's help that guy out. There we go. Looking more respectable. We're getting so many encounters today. We are less than a half hour in. Oh, it feels so good. Do. Oh, shit, that was the 212. God damn it, I didn't use the repel. I mean, whatever. Mistakes were bound to happen. We're fine. There's other places we can get a Golduck. Route 212 is dead. Yeah, I've got plenty of repels. An elixir, that is very important. Hello. Double battle time. Against the Pokemon Rangers. I know all about Pokemon Rangers. You sick freaks draw circles around Pokemon in order to tell them that you're friends. I played Pokemon Ranger. I know how this works. Okay, Electro Ball. And Power Up Punch. Golduck ain't that serious. True. Wukong makes me nervous in this situation. Yeah, I'm too nervous to have Wukong out against a Prinplup in Rain. There we go. Thought that might kill, but I did not want to take the risk. Good job, Susie. Ooh, okay. Astonish. You have another Prinplup. Oh, you jerk. Okay. Well, then Payback is my only option against Ipom. Once the Prinplups are gone, we can bring back Wukong. Nice. Yeah, it didn't do crap. Astonish is just too weak. But we move second, which means Astonish is double strong. Electro Ball and swap to Wukong. This is going to be a great stream today. I can already feel it. Cool. Swift and Mach Punch. Got him. Nice. Good job, Pearl. Who else you got? A Meryl! Oh, that's cute. I fear your water less than I fear a Prinplups. Also, you're dead. Cool. Nice. Hello. Ooh, that music. You dare attack me, sir? Scientist Stefano. With your Kadabra? You think you're all that? I kind of fear you a little bit. I don't know how well Electro Ball works against you. You are decently fast. Okay, you went for a Reflect. What about Grass Knot? This isn't gonna do much, is it? No, that was respectable. Wah! Behold my spoon! Oh man, guys, did you see that spoon? Oh, suddenly I can't hit him as well. Because that's how spoons work. Good job, Chris and Susie. We're definitely getting the Deltarune team here. The Deltarune team here. Antidote. Cool. Why not? Let's fight, bro. You think you're so tough? You're not tough at all. You're just a collector. Oh, with a Geodude. Okay. Interesting choice. Actually, Grass Knot. Yeah. Grass Knot kills. Oh, but you're gonna have Sturdy, aren't you? Nope, no Sturdy. What else you got? You also have a Geodude. Hello, Amelia. Welcome to the stream. Chris does not have Pickpocket. Chris has Pickup. And Death to Geodude. Easy. Alright, we killed a man. We're heroes. Oh. They found another super potion. That is fantastic. Hello. What is the pickup table? Pickup varies depending on the Pokemon's level. I don't really want to have to look up the entire list, but you can find one pretty easily. Needed to look at something here. Okay. Barboach is down. Chris is going to be well prepared for the gym. Nice. And a Shellos. I think Electro Ball is better against Shellos here. Perfect. I may want to use Grass Knot against Crasher Wake's Floatzel instead of Electro Ball. Simply because Floatzel is fast enough that Electro Ball's damage output may end up being less than Grass Knots will be. But Grass Knot should one-shot Quagsire, and Electro Ball should one-shot Gyarados. Yes, I would like this item, please. Bug Buzz! Okay, that's a good one. Yes, I want even more experience for Chris, please. What do you have, Fisher Cameron? You have a fish. Well, I have a squirrel. Never underestimate the power of squirrels! Perfect. XP here is pretty mid. It's probably better to just head straight to the gym. Really? You survived a Grass Knot? I'm impressed. Good tea. Cool. Because we're still on 112. Yeah. The whole thing is 112. That's the shard person. And we're about to head into the Mudlands. What do you have? You have a Goldeen. Cool. I should do the contests in this game, to be honest. It really is a shame that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl absolutely gutted the contests. How well does Electro Ball work against a Weasel? Still killed a Weasel. Cool. Pearl wants to learn Stockpile. I'll take that over Focus Energy. Cool. However, I'm not actually as interested in learning Spit Up and Swallow. Just being able to stack defenses, I think, is sufficient. Okay. Pecha berries. Pineapple berries. Perfect. What say you, sir? Oh, yeah, the Great Marsh. Hello. So we're going to fish here for a 35% chance at Remoraid. So, Mystic, if you're still here, you might be ready to name. It is a Remoraid. Okay, so this is our next new friend. Level 15? Let's just use Chris's Swift. That's right, we fished up a gun. We found the murder weapon. We should report it to the police, but we're not gonna. Alright, so I'm guessing Swift will not kill. I could be wrong. Swift did not kill. Yeah, regular Pokeball, that's fine. Okay. So that is Pastoria City, where we got Remoraid. Great Marsh is going to be its own crazy adventure. Mystic, what do we name our gun? Jillian. Okay, we name our gun Jillian. Wait, no. It's Cole's name. Yeah, Mystic, you got the last name. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm not reading my own stuff. Cole, this is actually your name. Panzer. Sorry. Alright, Aubrey, you are going to be next to name unless there is anyone else lurking in the chat who wants to hop onto the name list. Anybody who hasn't gotten to name any Pokemon yet gets priority to the top of the list, since everybody else has had a chance to name already. So, if you're lurking in chat and you want to name, just say so. Yeah, Octillery... Octillery's original design had its tentacles folded underneath its body like tank treads, and it was intended to resemble a tank, relating to Remoraid's original design, which more closely resembled a gun, although it is still meant to be reminiscent of a gun even in its current state. Alright, thank you very much, Panzer. Ooh, Panzer has Sniper, too. That's pretty damn good. But now it's gym time. Tweet bop 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 boop. Isn't there a different Grand Underground here? Good question. No, this is part of the same large central area. The other further south area than where we are is accessed in the Sunny Shore City area. So it's a good thing we checked, but nope, this is still part of the same Grand Underground section that we've already searched. Alright, we're in. Hello, small child. Hello, sailor. Did you remember to heal your Pokemon? Probably. Sailor Damien sent out a Pokemon, ×4 weak to electric. Yes, I did remember to heal, apparently. Damn! Good work, Chris. Also, congratulations, Susie. Susie wants to learn Takedown. Really not a fan, but I'll take it over Focus Energy. Wingull also dies in one hit. Zap. Take that, Damien. Okay, up we go, and I don't think Cranidos is good here. It's not, but I want the XP. Honestly, we're pretty fine for this gym. I'm pretty sure Chris solos Crasher Wake's entire team. Especially since Chris is going to get at least one more level before we get there. Hello, small child. I'm going to beat up your pets, throw you in the water, and laugh at you. Cool. Grass Knot! Just because I can. Oh, you have Sap Sipper. I see. Eggy! Welcome to the stream. Eggy, do you want to be do you want to join the naming queue? You'll get next name if you want. Everyone else has already gotten to name a Pokemon today, Eggy. Alright. We will add Eggy to the queue. If you're still here when I catch the next Pokemon, you get to name it. And since we haven't gone to the Great Marsh yet, you may get to name one of the cool Pokemon from the marsh. Chris levels up, and we've defeated the small child. We are heroes. This one. And we go through here. And we go up here. Pokemon Quetzal. Interesting. Hello, Shellos. Ugh. Cool. It has ZA content in it, so I wanted to experience that, but, you know, in a format that's worth the time. Perfect. Another Shellos. It looks like Chris picked up another item. Looks like a Pokédoll? Pokemon Quetzal, Aubrey. Short for Quetzalcoatl. One of the Aztec gods, the winged serpent. Okay. I should have an ether for more Electro Balls. And we got ourselves a Pokédoll. Cool. Alright, we've reached the boss. No time to waste. Let's hop right in. I am so confident that I win this. He's gonna start with Gyarados. We, the young girl who came here, must beat up this topless man. Intimidate doesn't do anything to me. Electro Ball. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Super Potion, that's totally fine. He still dies in 2 Electro Balls. Next up will be Quagsire. Quagsire should die to a single Grass Knot. I think. If I am wrong about that, its Mudshot is likely to kill Chris. But I'm very confident that it dies to a single Grass Knot. It does not die to a single Grass Knot. We've also had our speed lowered. Okay. So we do need to recover our poor creature. Floatzel has Brine, Ice Fang, Bite, and Aqua Jet. Okay. It's also holding a Citrus Berry. It can hurt Pearl pretty bad. Let me check out the stats on that. It does have 105 base attack, 115 speed. I believe it does outspeed Pachirisu. Drifloon only has base 34 defense, which is pretty damn bad. Pachirisu has base 70 defense. We're gonna go with Pearl. We may end up sacking Pearl here. Okay. Pearl lives. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to sack Pearl. Okay. But we do trigger the aftermath. That's good. That's fine. I don't think grass kills from here. But I think it'll be okay. Okay, we drained the citrus. And we just picked up the citrus. Now, I would like to say, my rules say that hold items are not allowed. But I did not put that berry on Chris. I cannot be held responsible for the fact that Chris now has a citrus berry. And I certainly didn't plan this. That would be crazy. Since we are above half, we still are not super weak to brine either. Alright, as long as he doesn't flinch or freeze, I think we kill. Perfect. Alright. And we're good. Pearl was sacrificed, but that's okay. Drifloon was not going to carry us into the far future anyway. I do want to see, though... what is the next... gem? The next gym will be Fantina, the Ghost-type gym leader, with Drifblim, Gengar, and Miss Magius. That's going to be a tough damn fight. But we can always stock up before we get there. Anyway, let's update the badge list. Here we go. And we got stickers. The shirtless man gave us stickers. Cool. Nice. Alright, now we need to say goodbye to a friend. Pearl, you served us well. And goodbye. In their place... What if I went for a Happini? What if I went with that? It needs to be holding an oval stone during the day. Fantina... Fantina is basically screwed against a Chansey. That would be really funny. Where could I find an oval stone? In the Lost Tower, which I do have access to. Yeah, we're taking Happini. We're taking No Name. Did I already find an oval stone? I did. Okay. I know the rules say no held items. Obviously, for the purposes of just getting a Pokemon to evolve, we're just going to allow that. Yeah, it's basically meant to be like no held items in battle, which I think is fair. I never actually grabbed the sprite for Happini, probably because I never really expected Chansey to be like a crucial member of the team. But this thing basically hard counters Fantina. All it can really do to it is confuse it. So let's put in Happini. Let's remove the color desaturation filter. There we go. Alright. Alright, Eggy, if you are still here, it is Great Marsh time. Let me look up the Great Marsh lists. Okay. Is there a specific area that has the best chance of giving me something good? Honestly, they're all pretty similar. We could go fishing for Barboach again. Wooper, Quagsire, we can't use. Bibarel, Bidoof, we already have. Starly, Badoo, we already have. Azumarill and Marill seem like the only ones that we can actually gain access to in the Great Marsh. And it's 15% for Marill, 1% for Azumarill. Super Rod is 60% Wish Cash. Good Rod Anywhere is 35% Barboach. Surfing is 5% Psyduck, 15% Meryl. And it looks like this is pretty consistent throughout the entire marsh. Yeah, we can also take a look. Skorupi, we already had. Honestly, I think we just do. I think we just step in and we see if the gods are lucky and give us that 1 in 6 chance of it either being a Meryl or a Zoomeril. Or, Azuril, I mean. So, it's probably not going to be useful, but we'll give it a chance. It is a Wooper. Woopers have already been used previously in the marathon, so the Great Marsh is dead. I'll just run around for a bit and grab any items that might be good. It wasn't the best Great Marsh ever, but it's fine. We still got plenty of places to check. I think I am going to have to do some training underground, just to get a Chansey ready to actually handle fighting against Fantina. A Chansey does hard counter basically her whole team, but we also need a way to actually hurt them back, which is definitely more of a weak spot for Chansey. But I genuinely think that against Fantina, about the only thing she can do to me is confuse her, eh? Okay, I think we all know about the Robot Mega Kling Klang Fake Leak. Nope, never heard of it whatsoever. I have no idea what you're referencing. You know, the joke leak, which is a bunch of clinks in human shape. Oh, I guess from context that's what you meant. I've just never seen it. I specifically do not pay attention to Pokemon leaks. Hello. Hey, Oingo Peelin. How's it going? It's fight time, Oingo Peelin. Your Oingo peeling ways are no match for my powerful fire monkey. Actually, you might be a match for my powerful fire monkey. I fear you. Go, Chris! Double team. Okay, good choice. Who named their child Oingo Poingen? Nobody. This is Oingo Peelin. A very distinctly different name. He was named for his grandfather, Oingo Peelin, the great legendary warrior, of course. Good job, Go Name, gaining 7 levels immediately. You can now roll into a ball. Honestly, Sweet Kiss, not a bad idea. Wait. No, that won't do anything. Prinplup. Bad play. Go, Chris. Electro Ball! Copycat would be perfect against ghost types. It will only copy the last move they use against me, so unless for some reason they use Phantom Force or Shadow Ball against me, then it would not actually let me use those back. Okay, this thing is tanky. The enemies are not going to be using their ghost-type attacks against Chansey. Which means I'm not going to be able to copy those back. Besides, more importantly, I have Disarming Voice now. I very, very much considered the exact same thing with Copycat strategy that you guys are thinking about. But I ended up discarding it, simply because we're not going to be able to easily bait the enemy into using them. If we did, though, like, if we went up against Miss Magius, and we were just able to Copycat its Shadow Force, then yeah, it would be easy, but unfortunately, it's not gonna fall into that trap. Alright, Roselia's dead. Susie wants to learn Scary Face. I would love to see the Scary Face that a Happini does. Alright, what else do you got? Ah, of course. It's the legendary Oingo Peelin Ponyta. I have the power of punching you in the face. And I believe you die next turn. But you also probably outspeed me next turn. Beat him down, Wukong. Oh, I should have just used Mach Punch. Same base power. Boom. Got him. Alright, it's happening! It's happening! Look how happy they are! Ooh. Okay, well, Chansey's got one of the slightly glitched gifts. That's fine. This is just a very special Chansey that is able to warp time and space. It's so fast, it's able to leave after images of itself. This is the super dimensional Ultra Chansey. Tengen Topa Chansey. Cool. What do we actually have that would work? Grass Knot is a possibility. Calm Mind. We can have a Calm Mind Chansey. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a Calm Mind Chansey. Oh my freaking god, Calm Mind Chansey. Oh, that's actually broken. That is actually going to be broken. Oh. Wow. No wonder Chansey can defy the bounds of time and space. It is interdimensional. It has meditated to achieve maximum Zen. Alright, Route 213. Let's look it up. Route 213... Shellos, Buizel, Wingle, Floatzel. I do believe that is 100% new. Did I not catch... There's no way I went... Okay, yeah. Wingle I did find, but Wingle's 10%. I'm basically guaranteed a new encounter here. Yeah. So, Eggy, if you are still there, I believe it's your time to name. Getting access to another bulky water ground type will be huge. I fear that Mach Punch could kill, so we're gonna go with Chris again. If Eggy's not here, then Lancer. Got it. If we don't get a name from Eggy, it will be named Lancer for your turn, Aubrey. Your defenses are no match for my Star Storm! Eggscar got him. Okay. Alright, Eggy, that is a great name. Escargatum. I really like that. That is really fun. You little bastard. Okay. That's how you want to play it? Fine. Already, this thing is kind of a menace. Okay, okay. This snail wants to fight. Well, slug. This slug actually wants to fight. You are quite the warrior, little Shellos. You are going to be a wonderful addition to the team. Get in the ball. Nice. All right. Aubrey, you will be next to name. But for now, this is our new friend... Escargatum. A quick adjustment to the naming list. Oh, today is such a good game. Such a good day. That is such a good name. That's so fun. Go! Escar got him! Oh, man. After having, like, streams where I'm sick and kind of sleepy, it feels so damn good to just have a stream that's actually, like, fun and energetic, and where Chansey will not stop violating the laws of causality in order to create replicas of itself across the multiple dimensions, using its incredible meditative powers and love of all life. Alright, back in the box. I cannot believe we're gonna flex on Fantina with a Calm Mind Chansey. That is so goddamn broken. Oh, crap. Their Gengar has Sludge Bomb. Oh. Okay, and then their Drifblim has Strength Stat. Or Strength Sap. Its Drifblim also has Fly? So... we're definitely going to have to be careful how we set up against Fantina. Because Drifblim's flies will actually be kind of dangerous. But if we can set up a few Calm Minds, Gengar's Sludge Bombs are going to be literally harmless. Perfect. You. My God, it's a woman. What do we do? I don't know how to handle this situation. My God, it's a human who has very vaguely different features than I do. This requires me to massively change everything about my behavior and psychology immediately. I can't interact with her like she's a normal person. That'd be crazy! Luckily, I can just punch her cat. Sweet. This is the footprint guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is creepy foot man. Hello. Hello, Kenneth. You have a cart. Well, only one thing to do. Punch a man in the fish. Oh. Okay. Hi. It makes me so nervous every time a trainer just casually throws out a Gyarados. Wait, what about Pachirisu opening against Drifblim? Yeah, Pachirisu against Drifblim might be good. I think I'd rather take 75% chance confusion over 55% chance sing. Actually, no. Chansey can just set up minimize as well. God damn. How is Chansey... Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't think in any run of Pokemon I've ever done, ever, in the, probably over 60 times I've played through a Pokemon game from start to finish, I don't think I've ever actually used a Chansey or Blissey in my main game. And yet, now I have, like, an evasion-boosting ultra-kill Super Chansey. Yeah, we can just minimize setup against Drifblim, and then Calm Mind, and then Sweep. Aerial Ace is huge. Hello. Get back here. I want to kill you and take away all of your hopes and dreams because I'm a good guy. Pokemon that's been good for like 8 Jids is good. Who would have thought? I know. It's just not one that I've ever... For whatever reason, I've just always found other things that interested me more than running a Chansey or Blissey. Hello. Hello. Ready for the biggest lie in all of Pokemon? Sunny Shore City had a major blackout. This city will be having a blackout until we capture the God of Time. This man is a liar and I hate him. I am going to need big healing items for Chansey, though. Oh, finally. Da, 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 da. Punch! Punch him in the cat! I'm a hero! Cool. Chris wants to learn Thunder Wave. Why does Pokemon think blackouts are these huge catastrophic things that young teens have no hope in hell of surviving? I'm not entirely sure, but it is a weird thing, isn't it? Nah, we'll take that over Swift. Because iPad kids genuinely can't survive without electricity. Ooh, you know, that might be true, actually. Maybe teens keep causing the blackouts. And that's why they don't want to let more through. Hey, Cynthia. Are we on a different route here? We are on... Okay, this is Valor Lakefront. Valor Lakefront is a new location. Valor Lakefront... Holy crap. 30% Girafarig, 5% Kricketune. If we go for night, though... It is 30% Girafarig, 25% Kricketune. So, we're going to make it nighttime real quick. Okay. Aubrey, you have a more than 50% chance of getting to name something here soon. Okay, so it is now today, but obviously it's 10:30 p.m. That's how science works. But we are immediately let through after the blackout is fixed. Yeah, so teens cause the blackout, then they kill all the teens, and once all the teens are dead, they figure it's safe to let in new teens, because if anything goes wrong, they'll be able to spot them. Yes, Ash started his adventure when he was 10. Pokemon protagonists have not been 10 for a long time. They are definitely very clearly in their somewhere between like the 13 to 16-year-old range. Alright, Girafarig. We have never had a Girafarig encounter before. Didn't we get a Girafarig in Heart Gold? Hold on, let me double check my list. I'm not seeing it listed. We might have encountered but not captured one. I remember there was one on the team, but it could be Mandela Effect. Maybe we encountered one in... God damn it! The first one didn't even do half. Well, so much for Valor Lakefront. The important thing is now we don't have to worry about it. Hello, Laluz. Welcome to the stream. We just killed a Girafarig I wanted to catch. More importantly, though, Wukong just learned frickin' close combat. That was a Stantler. Yes, we definitely had a Stantler. That I remember. Sorry, Equalizer was popping up on screen there again. Next one I name is named Mandela, unless said otherwise. Okay. But more importantly, my dear viewers, don't let any of this distract you from the fact that we now have Infernape. Okay, well, maybe we'll find something better on Route 214. Okay, Route 214 is Ponyta, Geodude, Stunky, Girafarig, Kricketune. At night, it's 25% Kricketune, 10% Stunky, 10% Girafarig. So I think we'll just get our encounter out of the way here now. And maybe it'll be another Girafarig. Who knows? What do you think, Collector Douglas? Thank you, Collector Douglas. This does not look fair. Look at this. Oh, this does not remotely look fair. that makes me so happy. Get him, Wukong. My brain went to the weed cat meme. Yeah, Infernape is blatantly unfair. Good job, No Name, continuing to get those levels. Wukong gonna smoke that Roselia like a joint. Pecha Berry, thank you. Alright, let's get our encounter. Route 214 is Geodude, which we cannot catch. Route 214 is dead. That is unfortunate. Hey, Cynthia. The group of Psyduck on Route 210. Yes. We got the secret medicine. Cool. So, Route 210, we'll be able to access Route... All of this is 210, huh? Well, anyway, we can head to Celestic Town, and in Celestic Town, we can actually get our next Grand Underground encounter. Doo-doo. Cool. All right. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, while we're here, we never got our encounter in the Salacian Ruins. Boy, I sure hope it's not an unknown, because we can't catch unknowns, because... Wait, No, wait, I think we can. Did we ever actually get an unknown? I think we had an unknown in our unsuccessful Gen 2 run. But I don't think... Yeah, we caught, like, Natu and Xatu in our successful Gen 2. I don't think we've ever had an unknown. Aubrey, you get to name an unknown. Aubrey, quick question for you. What is your favorite letter of the alphabet? Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference of letter I should go for? Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, man. Okay, Salacian Ruins letters, because I'm pretty sure they're just they are separated. Okay, cool. N. Okay. M would work. Alright, we will do our best to find an M. I am going to run to the restroom real quick. I will be right back, and we will try to get an M. Okay, I am back, chat. Thank you for waiting. I do not know the movie Cat City. So, the way the Silesian ruins work is that in these large rooms, you get the letters to spell the word friends, and then the smaller chambers can basically have any of the other letters, with a 5% chance each. So I'm going to head to the room that has the items in it, just to pick those up. And then we'll let the rappel run out in that room, and we will see what letter we get. So it can be any letter except for the letters in the word friends. Okay. Cool. It's an adult comedy about rats and mice trying to get rid of a cat upper crust, also Hungarian. Ah. Alright. Here we go. Let's see what letter we get. Aubrey, this is all for you. This is all about whatever letter we want. Also, apparently I had a Mandela effect. The Mandela effect thought there was an E. Nope. Named after Nelson Mandela. Come on. Alright, come on. I'll use D-pad. There we go. We found a W. Do you want to stick with the name Mandela, or do you have a different name for the letter W? I mean, what's a W but an upside-down M? What the what? It either has a flying or electric type hidden power. We've narrowed it down to 2 possibilities, flying or electric. Spell it Mendela. Got it. Alright, No Name, it's time for your first battle. We're gonna rely on your good luck powers in order to capture this thing. Good job. I do want to weaken it pretty good, since Unknown can have a pretty poor catch rate. I say confidently without bothering to check if I'm correct or not. Do da 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 da. I'm actually curious if I'm right or wrong about that. No, Unknown have a catch rate of 255. Yeah, they're fine. Great ball! Ouch. Alright. Unknown. We have captured Unknown. And we are naming it Mendela. Alright, Mendela the Unknown has been added to the party. And Aubrey, you are moving to the bottom of the name list. Mystic, you will be next up for naming, which will probably be a Grand Underground encounter. Or possibly a bar boat in Celestic Town. Now, do I have an escape rope? Perfect. We are catching so many Pokemon. This has been a really, really good day. Alright, Mendela, into the box. Let's stock up on a couple things. Four Great Balls. Five Super Potions. Two Paralyze Heals. 3 Escape Ropes. Alright. Let's head up to Celestic Town for 2 more possible catches. Hello, Psyduck. Goodbye, Psyduck. Thanks, Cynthia. Alright, we don't need our encounters here. This is Route 210. We've already been over Route 210. We do have a nugget, which is really good. Hyper Potion, that's really good. But unfortunately, the fog is very thick. It's a ninja. Could I actually manage to navigate this route? without getting rid of the fog. Would it actually let me do that? It might. Okay. Good job, No Name. No Name wants to learn Fling. No, that is utterly useless. Oh, it's a Skorupi! Well, aren't you adorable? Die in fire! Good tea. Alright, good job, Susie. I just barely beat Bedrock in Mario plus Luigi Sparks of Hope. Congratulations! I don't think the game ever actually stops you from going through the foggy route. Hello, Golbat. Wow, you actually lived. Good for you. Okay. Alright, so it's down here. And a little bit left of this trainer are stairs going up. And then there's a double battle and then more stairs going up. And then another battle. Only Luigi survived. You know what? That sounds like a good ending to me. Hello, Ponyta. You will be the first to face my ultimate technique. Close combat! You fool! You really thought you could defeat Wukong? Wukong makes the very gods weep. And you're just weak to fire. I got Flame Body. Congratulations, Aubrey. Nice. It's actually a lot easier to navigate this with, there we go. With, like, the control stick as opposed to D-pad. Because you really can just very smoothly try every possible movement. Apparently only Pokemon with Flame Body before the post game is Magby, which is Shining Pearl exclusive. That is correct. However... hold on. However, you can get Slugma and Magcargo, and while they don't have Flame Body, they do have Magma Armor, and Magma Armor also has the eggs hatch. Magma Armor also makes eggs fast. Magma Armor also eggs hatch good, faster, better, yes? I'm glad we all understand each other. Let's go close combat on Raichu, Electro Ball on Gyarados. So, yes, you can get Slugma or Mag Cargo for Magma Armor, and that will also have the same hatching effect as Flame Body. Wait, that's Dark Mountain, isn't it? If it's Stark Mountain, yes, Stark Mountain is still... No, you're right, both of those require National Dex. Camera Up as well? Yes, that's also... Nope, I was completely wrong. Well, it happens. Okay. Palm Bomb, Gekwa, or Brout. I will probably be using Gekwa to start. I like Gekwa. Yes, Aubrey, it does not strike me as a surprise that you would go for Palm Bomb. Okay, so... that nearly killed Wukong. I genuinely did not expect Gyarados to survive that Electro Ball. If that had crit, Wukong would be dead. Actually curious. We haven't really checked the natures of a lot of our new Pokemon. Let's give them a look. Okay. So Chris is... plus attack minus special defense. Okay. Well, at least it's not minus speed with Electro Ball. Cranidos is minus attack. Cranidos is minus his best stat and plus one of his worst stats. Chansey is neutral, though. Okay, so we go up. And we have another trainer. Buy secret bases in Celestia Town. That's cool. Rabid Mario's skill tree has two very powerful upgrades, being Punch Frenzy, which gives his weapon more punches, so more damage and crit chance, and no limits, which allows him to move after attacking. Damn, those sound good. Alright, Motham, I'd like you to introduce Flame Wheel. And an Onyx. We'll just do power-ups. They both cost 4 upgrade orbs for a reason. It sure as hell sounds like it. I can't believe I'm just going through here without getting defogged. Hello, Luxio. How dare you lower my attack? You insolent little jerk. And along that, the other two weapon upgrades he has are just flat out more crit chance and damage. Nice. Takedown, no. We do not need takedown on a Chansey. Okay, so we go up and around. And then there's like a bridge to cross here. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Like, I know this route, so navigating it is not hard. Ah, good tea. Wukong, teach him the power of power. Good work. Go, go, go! Not bad. Not bad at all. I think I know what my naming scheme is in Wind and Waves, game devs. I just go with whatever. Okay, so then we have another way up here. And another way up over here. Cool. We are actually very close to reaching Celestica Town. Or Celestic Town. Hello, Noctowl. Goodbye, Noctowl. Rabbid Mario's downside is his short range, but he also has a cone for his range, and there's a spark that draws enemies near you upon use, so that downside is nothing. Yep. Okay, so we go up right around here. There we go. It's Veteran Brian!
I am Veteran Brian. Go, Breezel. Annihilate his... Is that a goddamn fire monkey? What the hell? How dare you? Why would you punch my weasel? It's so uncouth. We did not do such things in my day. You stupid, ugly child. Maybe you'd like to taste of my giraffe psychic two-headed zebra thing. Did you just turn into a goddamn wheel of fire? That's so unfair. How dare you? Well, surely you will not defeat my large, buff man wearing a belt. He is absolutely invincible. Please stop getting stronger. I know how to focus my energy. Machoke, go Super Saiyan. He'll never be able to beat me with... Oh god, that's a lot of punches. I believe you just murdered my muscle man. How dare you?
That's the conversation we had with Veteran Brian.
The power of youth. It's startling.
Alright, and we got some berries up here. Nice. And wiki berries. And some chestos, in case we get the sleepies. And some citrus. Nice. And we have now reached Celestic Town. We're here. Who are you? Who are you? Thank you. Give this girl your balls. Alright, it's Grand Underground time. So, we can now access the next area of the Grand Underground, which means it is time for our encounter. Let's head underground. Again, we're just going to play alone. And we are now in the center. There are 3 possible locations. Those locations are the Dazzling Cave, the Icy Cave, and the Stargleam Cave. Let's see which one we're going to go to. We're going to be going to the Stargleam Cave. Okay. So let me bring up my list of possible encounters for the Stargleam Cave. And let's make our list of possible encounters. Well, this is going to be a little awkward, but sure. The encounters for Stargleam Cave are Ghastly. And then as far as rarer spawns go, there is a Togepi, Houndoom, a Smoochum, an Elekid, a Ralts, a Duskull, and an Absol. Okay. So these are the possible encounters for Stargleam. Hopefully we've got this resized possibly. Unfortunately, we did catch Ghastly last time. He just immediately died. Remember? He was one of the ones we lost. Alright, let's see who we get. Our Grand Underground encounter for this region will be... Alright, we rolled Duskull. Did we already catch a Duskull in the first one? I think we did. Yes, Duskull and Dusclops and Dusknoir have already been marked off of the list. So unfortunately, this part of the Grand Underground is dead. That's how I decided to do the Grand Underground. Most of the Pokemon on that wheel were things we could have gotten, but, you know, that's the way luck works in a Nuzlocke. Sometimes the first thing you roll for an area, you're just not able to get. That's the name of the game. So, let me just mark off on my encounter that we got the area there done. Alright, that's unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to do one of these to vent my frustration. Okay. There we go. Alright, up we go. So, we can still fish with Good Rod in Celestic Town. And that gives us an opportunity for a barboach. I wouldn't mind a stream of just mining in the Grand Underground. We'll see what we want to do when we close out the series. Mystic, if you are still there, there's a 35% chance of us getting a barboach here. Alright, do we hit the 35%? We do not hit the 35%. Celestic Town is dead. We are quickly running out of possible locations. But there is a spaceman here. How dare you threaten to blow up this town with a bomb? You do not know or respect the history of this place, but I do. Because when I played Pokemon Legends ZA, I made sure to die in the spot that would one day be Celestic Town several hundred times while carrying thousands of items and dropping my bags. And then I came back to where I dropped all my stuff and I buried them in the dirt in a spot where no one would ever look except for me. And now here in the future I will find all of my items and I will craft gigaton balls and I will use them to rule the world! Because I am a hero. Kuroagunk. Well, hello there, sir. Aren't you a silly little fella? Bye-bye, silly little fella. I do need a few levels, though, especially for No Name. Before we take on Hearthome, which is probably where we'll end the stream. I do think... Isn't this where I get Surf, though? Because Surf is always damn strong. Cool, 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 cool. We need a Quill out of context video. I've really thought about the sort of insane things that I must have, like, just rambled out over the years. Alright, we got Surf. Sweet. Surf is such a strong damn move. Oh, hey man, what's up? You have a very large head. Is that why you hate your life and want to destroy the world? Is it because you're ugly and have a large head? Dude, lots of people who are ugly with large heads have gone on to live very productive lives. Let's see. Route 216 is the next we could go to. Where the hell is Route 216? That's 222. That's 16, 17. That's 18. Actually, I should take off everything that's 225 and higher, since those are all the routes up here. Yeah, and this is... Yeah, I need to take routes 225 to 230 off this list. There are a few other options we could get. let's see. Verity... I think I actually have something wrong on my list here. No, that's right. Okay. Are there any encounters in Verity Lakefront? I don't think Verity Lakefront has any encounters. We can take that off the list. Yeah, Verity Lakefront has no encounters, so we can take that one off the list. Are there any other places? There is Twin Leaf Town. Are there any trees, any fishing, anything like that? There is fishing. What can we find in Twin Leaf? Twin Leaf surfing is guaranteed Psyduck or Golduck. Okay. So, Twin Leaf is guaranteed. I don't think there's any encounters in the Hotel Grand Lake, not even a honey tree, and I am right about that. Yes, we have now checked every location that I currently have access to. Alright, let's grind for a few minutes. We're gonna make this go fast. So we're just gonna turn off the battle effects. And we definitely want the levels for No Name. I'm also gonna do one more digging. I promise this is the last digging I'm gonna do today. The first thing I want to do is know what's around. Unfortunately, that is not going well today. I never even found all of the items. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the no names for now. The names that were there are still saved. There's just not gonna be any new encounters for a while. Not until we're past the Hearthome Gym, and Hearthome Gym might be where we end today. TM for Bug Buzz. I should actually make sure I go around the Grand Underground and grab the various items before the next stream. Yeah. I know you're busy. Sure. Flame Wheel. Great. Uh-huh. I just have to be careful that while I'm doing this high-speed grinding, that I do not accidentally let anyone drop. Fantina's ace is 36, and her weakest is 32. So I want to get No Name up to at least 30 before I go into Hearthome. Hello, Scyther. You're going to be worth a lot of XP. Remember when we had a Jirachi? Wasn't that fun? I miss Jirachi. Well, thank you for your contributions, Scyther. Hello. I swear I see a female Combi on my screen. Cool. That is a lot of levels. It actually is. It actually is a female Combi. It's confusing how Mew and Eevee aren't considered cute until after the post-game. Eevee, I kinda understand, but Mew, why? I'm pretty sure it's because in-universe, no one has been around Mews long enough to think about how cute they are. Like, if a Sasquatch, if Bigfoot suddenly pops into your room in the next 3 minutes, even if it's absolutely cute, even if it's like the cutest cryptid ever, your first thought is not going to be, oh, that's so cute. Your first thought is going to be, holy shit, what is that? Oh my god, I think my life is in danger. And then you'll think, oh, it's actually kind of cute. Psyduck, Murkrow, hello? How are you doing, Murkrow? You've got a silly little hat. Who's got a silly little hat? You do. You do. You got a silly hat. Die in fire. Cool. No Name is level 27. We're doing pretty good. If we can get more Pokemon that are evolved or at least single stage, we'll be netting more XP per battle. So that's why I'm switching rooms. Cool. Bidoof, don't care about Bidoof. Alright, I have successfully grabbed a Diglett. What's this room? Spacious Cave. Okay, Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn, that's a good one. Eugenics, people. The game where you are encouraged to force inbreeding. There's a bizarrely large number of games where you're encouraged to do inbreeding. Pokemon being one of them. There are many games where inbreeding is just objectively the most efficient way to approach your problems. Chocobo breeding, Pokemon breeding, Crusader Kings. Half the visual novels out there, you're going to have an easier time if you go for an incest route. I don't think I like this line of reasoning. And yet, I must never be afraid to stare into the face of reality, no matter how disturbing it might be. Come on. We can do this. I am the best. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. Go Wukong. Punch that bird in his face. Let's go to the big room. Blah. I wonder if it's possible to just straight up make an Eevee in Mugenics. No idea. I don't know how its mechanics function. Excuse me. Activate the sonar! Blom. Good work. I'm very proud of you. I'll bet Oing Peelin doesn't know how to activate sonar. What a loser. Oh, this is just a big zone. Okay. But we do get the TM for X Scissor. You can make a Pikachu in Mugenics, kind of. I really wish you couldn't. Yeah, don't you dare use Whirlwind against me. I am trying to get XP. We'll only spend like a couple more minutes down here, and then we will head up once Chansey hits level 29. That sound okay? The gym will probably give enough experience to get No Name up to level 30 like I want. Ugh. That is a level 37 Bidoof. What the hell? That's insane. No Name wants to learn Heal Pulse. No thank you. Hello, Shinx. So, I just noticed something, and I kind of don't like it. Infernape is basically wearing a bra. I just want to put that out there. Infernape is basically wearing a bra. I think this is a very important observation. Would you prefer if Infernape went without one? Freaking question, being the mind child of a lunatic who raped their own mother. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But I'm going to assume that it relates to Binding of Isaac in some way. Oh no, Sonichu. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's Chris Chan, huh? Yeah. I've never been bothered paying much attention to any of that crap. Alright, Wukong landed a critical hit, wanting to be praised. Okay, chat, we have to praise Infernate. Infernate wanted to be praised. Everybody say thanks to Wukong. You did a great job today, Wukong. I'm so proud of you for getting that crit. It was so good. It came in so clutch. What a great job. Close combat! Alright, Rhyhorn's down. We've almost got No Name up to 29. We got this. We got this. I am the best who ever played Pokemon. I am the best. I am the best one who ever did. Jesus Christ! That was the most terrifying air cutter I have ever been on the other receiving end of. Yikes. Okay. You know what? We're going to let Chris take the next fight. We nearly lost Infernate. This is why you have to praise them while you have the chance. Because you never know when they're gonna be gone. Cool. Alright, No Name hit 29. Alright, let's get out of here. We're going to the Hearthome City Gym now. The time has come. Execute order. Spam, minimize, and calm mind until you're an indestructible monster of death. Otherwise known as 64. So, funny thing. Apparently there's a source out there which actually provided a list of, like, what the other orders were, you know, that stormtroopers had pre-programmed into them. And I was flipping through that list, and I discovered something interesting. Apparently, Order 6 is for the troopers to disable their communication systems. So, presumptively, this would be in a case where, like, communications are being, you know, compromised and are being used to, like, manipulate or control the clone troopers. So they have just a general order to cut communications, basically until they can reconvene in person. And that's Order 6. So, funny thing, when Palpatine gave his order, if his communications had, like, had a very tiny blip, if only the first part had come through and he'd been like, execute Order 6, then every clone trooper in the galaxy would have just immediately turned off their communications and his entire plan falls apart immediately. Now, I'm not saying that is likely to have happened, but it's really a contingency he should have considered. And it would have been a hilarious alternate story if, like, there had just been one blip in communications, boom, every clone trooper gets Order 6. They all turn off their communications. The whole plan falls apart. It would be the funniest damn thing. Oh dear, got it nasty plotted. Okay, so I don't like that. I also need to turn battle animations back on. Well, it's do or die, because No Name is stuck here now. It nasty plotted again. If it actually has something it can hit me with, I could be in serious trouble. Okay, I'm at 3 calm minds. It's at 6. It's at +6 from nasty plots. I'm at 4 calm minds. 5 calm minds. 6 calm minds. How much does Disarming Voice hit for on a level 30 Mischievous at +6? Oh dear God. These are going to be long fights. Luckily, my attack is so low that I barely hurt myself. This is basically what the fight against Fantina is going to look like. It's going to be a very long fight. I only have 15 disarming voices, though. That's going to be a bit rough. I need as much experience as quickly as possible. So we're going to take on all of the gym trainers. Hello. That's right. It's the ghost-type gym, which means the scariest, spookiest, most undead, ghost, afterlife, haunted, lost soul-themed things possible. That's right. The gimmick of this gym is math. Dun, dun, dun. It's really dumb. Hey, Haunter, what's up? Alright, see ya, Haunter. Yum. Quill corn ball. How could I have possibly known the answer? Question. What is 3 plus 5 plus 7? It's 15. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. What is 12 plus 28? 40. Hello. I wonder if there isn't anything else that Chansey could learn. The Pokétech calculator is for this gym, by the way. I never put that together. That actually makes sense. Even with Stab, Disarming Voice is only hitting with a base power of 60. Can Chansey learn Surf? If they could learn Surf, that's 50% stronger than Disarming Voice, even with Stab. Maybe Grass Knot? Generally, ghosts do not weigh a lot, though. Yeah, Miss Magius is 4 kilograms. Gengar is 40 kilograms. And Driftblim is 15 kilograms. Pokemon developers do not know anything about how much things would actually weigh. Fuck, you mean stab? Same type attack bonus. It can learn Drain Punch. That's pretty funny. Grass Knot just won't do anything. It really is going to have to be Disarming Voice. Oh, did Chansey not become a fairy? I thought Chansey got ferried along with all the others when they swapped. Huh. No, you're right. Okay. Yeah, Disarming Voice is basically useless then. As soon as we get anything stronger, we'll replace it. I'm always forgetting that Chansey is not fairy type. Hey, Mischievous, what's up? I'd like you to meet my flames of death. Cool, No Name hit 30. What are some of the... What are some of the moves that Chansey can actually learn with TMs? I want to actually take a look at this real quick. Chansey... it can learn Egg Bomb at 38. But that's a physical attack and therefore completely useless. Water Pulse. Ice Beam, Blizzard, Hyper Beam. Solar Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder. Psychic, Shadow Ball. Shockwave, Flamethrower, Fire Blast. Charge Beam. Those are basically... Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong era decks. It can learn Last Resort. Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Psychic. I mean, it does have a number of pretty good options. We can get the TM for Water Pulse once we have Surf. Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is in the Galactic Warehouse, so that's not till later. Shadow Ball on Route 210. from a bird keeper on the cliffside near the south. No, here we go. South of Ninja Boy Davy beyond the bike bridges. Okay, we could actually go grab Shadow Ball. We can actually get Shadow Ball right now. We don't need our best move. We just need a move better than what we have. Call to action to get Thunderbolt for Pachirisu. That's a good idea. Where do we get that TM? Oh, Valley Windworks? Really? Yeah, Behind the Valley Windworks requires Surf. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I can hear whatever my wife is watching on the TV through my headphones down the hall. Oh my god, we still have another one. What was the first room's answer? It was 15. Alright, yeah, let's actually go and grab some better moves. So it's right, left. Right, left, center. So center, left, right. Right, center, left, right. That's the order. Right, center, left, right. Right, center, left, right is the door order. Okay. Alright, third floor. There we go. Oh my god, that is so stupidly cheap. Holy crap. Yeah, we're just gonna buy 2 of those, and 2 of those, and 2 of those, and 2 of those, and 2 of those. That is so stupidly good. Bulldoze. Hell yeah, we're gonna grab a couple bulldozes. A couple sword dances. Okay. U-turn is great. Yes. Yeah, I might as well grab a couple U-turns. Okay, we spent a lot of money on this. Okay. That's fine. Sure, I will take the counter app. Good news, we can now click a button to increase a number. We need hyper potions. Actually, we need max potions. Chansey has so much HP that regular potions will not be sufficient in battle. Okay. We've got so many freaking things. Alright. Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Psychic, Flamethrower. We are going to take Thunderbolts. Yep, I get a counter app at the shop counter from across the counter. And we are replacing Electro Ball. Cool. And we are also teaching Thunderbolt to Chansey to replace Disarming Voice. Cool. We also have Swords Dance. Whoops. Bulldoze. Yes. Ground type moves. Alright, we are moving away from the power-up punch spam. We could have had these for Wake. I completely forgot that the Veilstone gym, or Veilstone department store, was this absolutely busted in BDSP. Alright, a ground type move for Cranidos. Alright. So we are about to... Oh, dear God, Chris found a Dusk Stone. That's really good. Alright, let's go give Fantina the absolute worst time of her life. We are going to use all of our power, and we are going to train for what I have been training to do my entire life. My secret power. The ability to disappoint women. This is a very, very dangerous skill, and it is not for the uninitiated to attempt it. Okay, right. Center. Left. Right. It is ineffective against French women, however. Hello? How dare she be French, and therefore immune to my women-disappointing aura? Alright, here we go, here we go. This is what I have trained No Name to do. I had Wukong in front. This is what I have trained No Name to do. Strength Sap isn't gonna do shit. My attack stat is so low. First thing, minimize. This thing can actually hurt me with Fly. So I want to make sure that it can't hurt me with Fly. Alright, time to start tracking evasion. We're at +1. +2. Wait, raises sharply? Never mind, we're at +4. I forgot that minimize got buffed. Okay, we are now at +6 evasion. Step 2. We go to +6 Calm Mind. As I anticipated, it has started using Fly. The only problem is if Fly actually hits, it is going to hurt. I have very low defense. And that is why I brought max potions. Was that +2 or +3 Calm Minds? We are at least on 2. Okay. It got off another hit. Ain't Fly one of the moves that just dunks on Minimize? I don't think there's any special interaction between Minimize and Fly. Okay. We're gonna go Thunderbolt. Okay. You did go for Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, she was ridiculously lucky. Although evasion increases do cap at a certain point. As far as I think. So I'm even safer against Gengar than I had ever thought. When I was worried about its Sludge Bomb, it's when I thought Chansey was a Fairy type. I really wish I knew how many Calm Minds I'm at. Oh, I was at 3. Right. Just look at the PP. Alright, well, we can do 3 more Calm Minds. Yeah, Fly is 90 accuracy, I believe. Alright, +4. +5. Alright, Chansey is now at +6 evasion, +6 special attack, and +6 special defense. Chansey is now as strong as it can get. Okay, Confuse Ray, that's fine, because the damage I do to myself is based on my attack, which is already crap and has been lowered by 2 stages. Confuse Ray is the only means by which Fantina can hurt me at this point. She cannot get through my defenses. We cannot be penetrated. Not by this woman, not by anybody who relies on special attacks. We are penetration proof. Oh, we're disabled. That's fine. Chris wants to learn Super Fang. Can be useful. I'm gonna not take it now. If I need it for later, I have Heart Scales. Susie wants to learn Swords Dance. We'll take that over Rock Polish. Alright, here it comes. Fantina's Ace. We're gonna start with the Sweet Kiss. Oh yeah, Magical Leaf ignores my evasion. Yeah, that doesn't mean squat. The evasion was really just to keep Drifblim from killing me with Fly, so that's fine. We just have to wait until we are no longer confused. Oh, we're not confused. Okay. And Thunderbolt. It is adorable that it thinks they can kill me with Magical Leaf. However, it absolutely can tank these hits. And they still haven't used their consumables. So, I assume Potion, Hyper. That's going to do most of the healing. Yeah, okay, full heal. I think it's either 3 or 4 hits to kill from here. Cool. There's her second Hyper Potion. This one Chansey, exactly as I hoped, has completely sweeped this entire gym. Sweeped, swept. English is a terrible language. You know, from the point of view of anyone who would want to design a language that makes sense. Alright, we did it. Helping Hand. No, screw that. I don't want Helping Hand. Wukong is level 42. Wants to learn Fire Spin. That is useless to me. We did it. Also, I would like to point out, Chansey is at maximum friendship. Or at least enough friendship. Behold, our grand and glorious champion, who will now reach their final form. If I was using held items, I would actually not allow it to evolve, because it is genuinely that much stronger using the Eviolite. However, since we're not using held items, we are letting this do it. If I ever design a language for something you already damn know, it'll be based on Hungarian. Is Hungarian more Latin-inspired or more Slavic in its language group? I don't actually know. Actually, it's... What am I saying? It's Germanic. Of course it's Germanic. I'm being dumb. Hungarian is a Germanic language. Alright. Well, Chansey spent so much time manipulating time and space. Now it has achieved this. Funny thing is, we don't know? Really? There it is. Blissey. Alright. And there comes badge number 5, the Relic Badge. It's so old and borrowed so many words and transformed so much, we just don't know where it's from. That's really fascinating. Alright, we did it. We pulled it off, and now we have the ability to surf. So many places in this game are now opened up to us. And we can also catch some more Pokemon. Mystic, if you are still here, it's either a Psyduck or a Golduck. You get to pick a name for a Psyduck or Golduck. I really never did... I'm actually just gonna run, like, a proper search here. Nope, never had a duck. Like, Hungarian people could be traced back to Asia, meaning it could originate from there. We don't know. Fascinating. I did not know that about Hungarian. Hello, Cynthia. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. So, No Name is perfect against a duck. I don't have Sand Gem on my map. Is there no possible encounter in Sand Gem Town? No, there is not. Okay. Alright, surf time. We're going to be ending the stream, like within the next 15 minutes. We're just going to wrap a few things up first. Okay, here is the Psyduck. We can take Celestic Town off that list. Perfect. Alright, No Name. I worry about you killing this. I worry about any of my Pokemon killing this. Suzy Assurance is pretty much the weakest move I can field. No, I have a better idea. We are going to kiss the duck. Hungarian as a language already feels like something from The Hobbit. Okay. There we go. Important text to send. And we Thunderwave. Oh, that's so good! Thank you, Psyduck! You really helped me there. Let's just check Pokeballs at it. Like, if you search up O Maria Sirlom and, like, a random Hungarian YouTuber, you will see the differences. O Maria Sirlom is from where the Hungarians were still pagans. Interesting. Alright, so this is your duck to name. Mystic, give a name to the Duck of Glory. Grapes. Okay, we are naming the duck Grapes. We cannot enter it because it contains the word rape. Do you have a name suggestion that does not have the word rape in it? That will probably work better and get past the name filter. And he waddled away, waddle, waddle, till the very next day. Watching Neuro sing that was so cute. Goldie, okay. That does not contain rape, so it will probably work better. Alright, we now have a non-rape Psyduck, so that's pretty good. Fuego Ironworks is available to us at this point. We could go for that. We can either do it for a tree. It's supposed to be a rare tree. So that would have to wait until next stream. We could Good Rod for a 35% chance at a Finian. Or we could go for a 25% chance of a Floatzel. So that's an option. We can also head to Route 218. Funny thing is, you can't trade Ivysaur on GTS unnamed because it contains profanity in German. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to save the Ironworks for a Honey Tree, since we've already gotten a Shellos. And I guess we'll go for Route 2... Oh, right. Yeah, we can hit routes 19, 20, and 21. Where the hell is Route 16? Oh, yeah, we already looked. They were up here. Yeah, let's go check out some routes. Okay, Route 219... Tentacool, Wingull, Tentacruel, Pelipper, so we can't surf. Good Rod is 35% Finian. So 35% Finian is our only option on Route 219. There are Mons inside the Fuego Ironworks? Not that I saw, unless I looked. No, I don't see any wild encounters listed inside of the Ironworks. But yeah, we can definitely hit the routes south of here. In Platinum, this isn't Platinum. Nothing about this is Platinum. But let's take a look. In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, it does not list any encounters inside for them as well. There is a trainer with 3 Magnemites, and there is a trainer with a Magmar. But, let's see. In Platinum, nope, no wild encounters are listed on the inside. Oh, wait, no, hold on, here they are. Yeah, Pokemon Platinum, Magnemite, Magmar, Floatzel, Gastrodon. There they are. Yep, you were right. Okay, Route 219. Good Rod. We are hoping for a Finian. Cole, you are next on the naming list as well, which I didn't update. Finian, more like Trashian. Hey, you take that back. Finian is by far one of the best evolutions, along with all the other Pokemon whose names end with Eon. Like Charmeleon. And Kecleon. Okay, Route 219 is dead with a Magikarp. Next location, 220. Tentacle, Wingull, Tentacruel, Pelipper. Did we ever get a Chinchou or Lantern? Chinchou, Lantern. We never did, but those require Super Rod. I think Super Rod might be post-national decks. Let me check that. Yes, it does require post-game, so this would be, at best, 35% chance for Finian. You know what? I'm getting kind of tired right now. It's been 3.5 hours. I'm actually going to go ahead and stream here for the day. Next time we will hit routes 220, 221, maybe. We'll get it figured out. It'll be fine. But we got a lot done today. We only had one casualty today, and that was Pearl the Drifloon, who we also only just caught today. So thank you all so much for watching. Tomorrow will be RPG Maker stream as usual for Sundays. The current daily series on the channel is Canon, which is going to have one more episode tomorrow. StarCraft 2, and interspersed in there a couple episodes of Slay the Spire 2, which went into early access. Banjo Tooie next week, either on Tuesday or Thursday. A week from today, we'll be back here again with more of the Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. Thank you all so much, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Bow, wow, 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 wow.